When it comes to UFOs, also known as UAPs, Washington and Oregon are among the nation's top states for reporting this kind of paranormal activity. However, the interest doesn't stop there. It now goes all the way to Capitol Hill.
Today, the House Oversight Committee heard new testimony related to unidentified anomalous phenomena. And as Fox 12's Dylan Scott learned, those remarks are providing credibility to 100 years of sightings in the Columbia River Gorge.
It is one of the age-old questions. Are we alone in the universe? Well, if you come here to the Gorge Paranormal Info Center, you'll see dozens of reports of residents here in the Pacific Northwest that say at least they saw something they can't explain. And now Congress is also looking for answers as well.
This is a report that we got last week. The mother and her 9-year-old son were driving out by Mosier, and they observed a bright object in the sky. In my experience, there are a lot of people, ordinary people, that are having extraordinary experiences pretty frequently.
In total, 371 reports in less than 4 years to be exact, says James Shubsky, co-owner of Margie's Outdoor Store in Bingen, Washington, where along with Bigfoot and the Klickitat ape cat, UFOs or UAP sightings have become not so out of this world.
We're learning that the Gorge is literally the most active paranormal hotspot in all of North America. We see tic-tac-shaped UFOs. We see triangular-shaped UFOs. We see glowing orbs.
A decades-long passion turned purpose. Shubsky says creating a space to disclose this information has been critical in explaining if we're alone in the cosmos.
Science cannot advance if there are stigmas to reporting real phenomena that people are experiencing. Giving that place to talk about it, it's the same philosophy we have here. This is how our knowledge of the world expands.
Which is exactly what Congress aimed to lift the veil on. Hearing new testimony on unidentified anomalous phenomena Wednesday from top government officials from the Navy to NASA and the Department of Defense.
UAPs remain a controversial topic. I'm not going to name names, but there are certain individuals who didn't want this hearing to happen because they feared what might be disclosed. But we stood firm.
There were certainly moments of intrigue and skepticism throughout this 2+ hour session.
The very next day, that email disappeared from my account and those of the other recipients without explanation.
Ultimately, due to national security and clearance concerns, officials were only allowed to disclose certain details as to who or what these potential crafts were, if anything at all. But Shubsky says the fact the topic is being discussed on this massive stage proves its significance.
Life is so much more interesting if you give yourself the space to think that this might be something anomalous. That's where it gets really interesting and fun. And I would encourage people to keep an open mind.
There is no timetable as to when Congress will hold a next hearing on unidentified anomalous phenomena, but it certainly gives a little extra incentive to us all to look up to the stars. In Bingen, Washington, Dylan Scott, Fox 12 Oregon.